Welcome to Read and Learn English. I am so happy you are here today. This is not just another English lesson. This is a story about your future, a story about how one language, English, can help you open doors to the life you dream of. English is not only a language of words, it is a language of connection, confidence, and opportunity. Let's begin with two people. Both are smart, both work hard, but their lives look very different. The first person wants to grow in life. They study well, they work hard, but they feel small when they must speak English. When people talk in English at work, they stay quiet. Their ideas are good, but their voice is hidden. They dream of better jobs and travel, but fear stops them. They think, my English is not good enough. I will make mistakes. People will laugh. So they wait. They wait for a day when they will be ready. But that day never comes. Now look at the second person. They also started with weak English. They made grammar mistakes. They forgot words, but they spoke anyway. They said, I will learn by doing. They smiled when speaking, even when they felt shy. They watched short videos, practiced reading, and spoke small sentences every day. Step by step, their fear became confidence. And soon, people began to listen to them. They got new friends, new ideas, and one day, a new job. What made the difference? It was not luck. It was not talent. It was courage and practice. The second person did not wait for perfect English. They used what they had, and that opened the door to opportunity. Maybe you see yourself in the first story. Maybe you want to speak, but something inside stops you. You tell yourself, my English is not good. I don't have time. I can't speak like others. But let me tell you a truth. You can. Every great English speaker started from zero. Every confident person once felt afraid. The difference is that they kept moving. In this video, I will show you how to win opportunities with English. You will learn how to use English to get jobs, meet people, grow confidence, and even change your life. You will learn to see English not as a school subject, but as your bridge. A bridge to your dreams. Let me share a small story. Once, there was a young man who wanted to work for an international company. He was smart and kind, but he never got selected. Every time he went to interviews, he felt nervous when they asked questions in English. He thought, if only I could speak better, I could show them who I am. So he started a small change. Every morning he read one page in English. Every night he watched one English video. He wrote short sentences about his day. Slowly, his fear started to fade. Months later, he went for another interview. The questions were again in English. His grammar was not perfect, but he spoke with heart. He looked into the interviewer's eyes and said clearly, I love to learn and grow. They smiled. A week later, he got the job. He told me later, it was not my grammar that gave me the job. It was my confidence. This story shows us something powerful. English is not about being perfect. It's about being brave. People connect with your energy, your clarity, and your courage. When you speak English with confidence, people see you as someone ready for more. Now think about your own life. What dreams are waiting on the other side of your fear? Maybe you want to travel, study abroad, get a better job, or make international friends. All these doors are there, waiting. English is the key. But remember, keys only work when you use them. So, from today, decide one thing. You will not wait for perfect English. You will use your English. You will speak, you will read, you will learn. Step by step, word by word. Because the moment you start using English, your world begins to grow. In this video, we will walk together. I will guide you through each step, from building confidence to creating daily English habits, to using English for real opportunities in life. You will learn how to think, speak, and dream in English. You will learn to express your ideas, tell your story, and make people listen. And the best part? You don't need to be a native speaker. You just need a learning heart and a brave voice. Many people believe that only good English brings success. But the truth is, confident English brings more success. The world does not need perfect grammar. It needs your ideas, your energy, your story. So, as you listen to this video, open your heart. Imagine the version of you who speaks freely, meets new people, and takes big chances. That person is not far away. That person is already inside you, waiting for you to start speaking. By the end of this video, you will see how English can become your greatest skill. You will learn how to turn English into your superpower, a power that helps you win jobs, build confidence, and connect with the world. So, take a deep breath. Smile. You are not just learning English. You are learning how to open doors to your future. You are learning how to win opportunities. Let's start this journey together. Because here is a simple truth. Opportunities come to those who can express themselves clearly. The power of expression. When you can express yourself, the world starts to listen. English gives you that power. It helps you share your thoughts, your ideas, and your story with people from everywhere. But many learners forget this truth. They spend years learning grammar and vocabulary, but they never learn how to use English to express themselves. They know the words, but not the courage. Let's look at two people again. The first one is sitting in a meeting. The boss asks a question in English. They know the answer. They want to speak, but their heart beats fast. Their hands shake. In their mind, they say, "What if I make a mistake? What if people laugh?" So, they stay silent. Someone else answers, and everyone nods. The moment passes. The opportunity is gone. Now imagine another person in the same room. Their English is not perfect either. They make small mistakes, but they smile and say, "I think we can try this idea." Their voice is calm and clear. The boss listens and says, "Good point." That one small moment changes how others see them. They become the person who speaks up, the person with ideas. The difference is not grammar. The difference is courage. Let me tell you a story about a young student. She studied very hard. Her dream was to study abroad. She applied for a scholarship. She passed the written test. But when it was time for the interview, she became very nervous. The teachers asked questions in English, and her mind went blank. She wanted to speak, but fear closed her mouth. The next week, she got the result. She didn't get the scholarship. She cried for days and told herself, "If only my English was perfect, I would have passed." But one day, she heard a simple quote, "Confidence is more powerful than perfection." Those words changed her. She started speaking English with her friends every day. She read stories aloud. She joined a small English club in her town. Slowly, her fear started to shrink. 1 year later, she tried again. This time, her grammar was still not perfect, but she spoke clearly and confidently. She looked at the interviewers and said, "I am not perfect, but I am ready to learn and work hard." The teacher smiled. A month later, she got the scholarship. Her story teaches us something important. People don't remember your grammar mistakes. They remember your message and your energy. So many learners wait for the day when they will speak perfectly, but that day never comes. The real secret is to speak now, speak simply, and speak bravely. When you use even simple English with confidence, you stand out. Think about all the opportunities that begin with speaking: job interviews, presentations, new friendships, learning from mentors, and sharing ideas online. Every time you open your mouth, you have a chance to show the world who you are. Silence keeps you invisible. Expression makes you seen. English is your tool to connect with people across the world. You can use it to share your ideas, ask questions, and tell your story. Even if your words are simple, they have power when they come from your heart. Here's something to try. Next time you feel shy to speak, take a deep breath and remember, you don't need perfect English. You just need a brave sentence. Say something small like, "Can I share my idea?" or "I think this is interesting." When you do this, you send a message, not only to others, but also to yourself. You tell your mind, "I can speak. I can express myself." Expression is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. At first, your voice may shake. You may forget words, but that is okay. Every strong speaker you admire today once felt the same. What made them strong was not perfect English, but consistent practice and courage. Let's go back to the first person in the meeting. Imagine if they spoke just one short line. Imagine how different their life could be if they stopped waiting for perfect English. Maybe they would be seen as confident. Maybe they would be offered a bigger project. Maybe they would finally be noticed. That's the power of expression. It can change how others see you and how you see yourself. So today, I want you to remember this. English is not only about what you know, it's about what you show. You can have all the knowledge in your head, but if you never use it, the world will never know your potential. Be proud of your accent. Be proud of your small sentences. Be proud of your effort. Every word you speak builds your future. Every mistake you make is a sign of progress. Confidence grows from action, not waiting. Speak more, fear less. Every time you express yourself, you win a small victory, and these small victories lead to big opportunities. So next time someone asks you something in English, don't hide behind silence. Smile, breathe, and speak from your heart. You may not be perfect, but you will be powerful, because you dared to express yourself. Your voice matters. Your story matters, and the world is waiting to hear it. But before we speak with power, we must first learn to change how we think about English. Change your mindset about English. Before you can speak English with confidence, you must first believe that you can. Your mindset is the engine behind your progress. If your thoughts say, "English is too hard," your actions will stop. But if your thoughts say, "I can learn a little every day," your actions will grow stronger. Let's look at two kinds of people. The first one says, "English is difficult. I always make mistakes. I'm not smart enough." Every time they try to speak, fear blocks them. They see English like a wall, high, hard, and impossible to climb, so they avoid it. They wait for some easy day to start, but that day never comes. Their dream stays behind that wall. The second person says, "English is my tool. I can learn something new every day. They don't see a wall. They see steps. They know each small word, each short video, each mistake is a step forward. When they fall, they get up. When they forget, they try again. And slowly those small steps take them higher and higher. The truth is, the difference between these two people is not talent. It's mindset. Let's take an example. You know Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba. He was not born speaking English. In fact, he failed many exams and was rejected from jobs many times. But as a young man, he wanted to learn English. So, every morning, he rode his bicycle to a hotel where foreign tourists stayed. He talked to them, practiced his English, and learned new words from real conversations. He did this for years, not because he had perfect grammar, but because he had a strong mindset. Later, that same English skill helped him build a global company. Another example is Korean actor Lee Byung-hun. He could not speak English when he first went to Hollywood. Many people told him it would be impossible, but he practiced every day, learning scripts line by line, word by word. His mindset was simple: I can learn. And today, he acts in international movies and speaks English with confidence. So the question is, what is your mindset? Do you tell yourself, I can't, or do you tell yourself, I'm learning? Your words to yourself shape your results. When you say, I can't speak English, your brain closes the door. But when you say, I am learning English, your brain opens it. The first one gives up. The second one grows. Let's do something small together right now. Repeat after me. I can learn. I can grow. I can speak. Say it again. I can learn. I can grow. I can speak. These are not just words. They are seeds. Each time you say them, you water the seed of confidence inside you. You see, learning English is not about how fast you learn. It's about how strong your belief is. Some people study grammar for years but never use it. Others use small English every day and become fluent faster. Why? Because they believe they can. If you believe that English is your enemy, you will fight it. But if you believe English is your friend, you will enjoy learning it. Change how you see it. Don't say, I must study English. Say, I get to learn English. English is not a problem. It is a gift. It connects you to millions of people, ideas, and stories. Imagine a door again. On one side, there is fear and doubt. On the other side, there is confidence and success. The key to open that door is your mindset. Every time you feel tired, remind yourself, I am growing. Every time you forget a word, tell yourself, I am learning. Every time you make a mistake, smile and think, I am getting better. This is how strong learners think. Think about a small child learning to speak their first language. They fall, they say wrong words, but they don't stop. They keep trying. They don't say, I failed. They say, again. That's the same energy you need with English. So, from today, change your story. Stop saying, I'm not good at English. Start saying, I'm improving. Stop thinking, I'll never sound natural. Start thinking, every day I sound better. Because what you believe, you become. When you change your thoughts, your world changes too. Suddenly, learning English feels lighter, more joyful, more possible. You start enjoying small wins, understanding a song lyric, speaking one line in a meeting, reading a story without fear. Each success, no matter how small, builds your confidence. And here's something powerful. When your mindset is positive, your motivation becomes natural. You don't have to force yourself to study. You want to learn because you see progress. You begin to believe in your journey. So, take this message deep in your heart. Your English level today does not define your future. Your mindset does. The right mindset turns fear into courage, mistakes into lessons, and practice into progress. Say it one more time with me. I can learn, I can grow, I can speak, and believe it, because it's true. Once your mind believes, your habits will start to change, too. Daily English habits that build success. Success in English is not built in one big moment. It is built in small moments, daily habits that seem simple, but over time, create a powerful change. Many people dream of speaking English fluently, but only a few practice every day. The truth is, English is not learned in a single day. It is learned every day. Let's look at two learners. The first one says, I will start learning when I have more time. They wait for a perfect morning, a perfect book, a perfect teacher. But days pass, weeks pass, and nothing changes. Their dream of speaking English stays far away, like a light they can see but cannot reach. The second learner is different. They say, I will start today even if it's just 5 minutes. They don't wait for the perfect time. They create it. Every day they do something small. They read one paragraph, listen to one story, or speak one line aloud. Their progress is slow at first, but steady. And one day they look back and realize they can understand, speak, and think in English. That's the power of daily habits, small steps that turn into big success. So today, I want to give you a simple 3-step plan you can follow every day. You don't need special books or expensive courses. You only need time, focus, and your voice. Step 1. Morning reading practice. 5 minutes. Start your morning with English. When you wake up, before checking your phone or messages, open one short English story, article, or quote. Read it aloud for 5 minutes. This simple habit wakes your mind and trains your tongue. You can read anything, a motivational story, a short news article, or even subtitles from a favorite video. Don't worry if you don't understand every word. Focus on the rhythm, on the feeling of the language. Reading aloud improves your pronunciation, confidence, and focus. It's like telling your brain, English is part of my life. And when you start your day with English, it becomes easier to keep learning throughout the day. Remember, 5 minutes may feel small today, but in 1 month, that's more than 150 minutes of reading. In 6 months, it's 15 hours. Small habits create big results. Step 2. Listen to one English story or podcast during your day, maybe when you walk, travel, or rest. Listen to one short English story or podcast. Listening helps you understand how real people use words, how sentences sound, and how emotions are expressed. Start with short, simple content. Choose something interesting, maybe a story about success, motivation, or life lessons. When you enjoy the topic, you learn faster. Don't stress if you don't catch every word. Listen for the main idea. Over time, your ears will train themselves. You will begin to understand faster without translating in your mind. And here's a small trick. Repeat after the speaker sometimes. Try to copy their tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. This shadowing technique helps you sound more natural. You can listen while cooking, walking, or cleaning. Make English your companion, not your homework. Step 3. Speak one paragraph aloud about your day before you sleep. Spend just 3 minutes speaking about your day in English. Talk to yourself like you are telling a story. Today I woke up early. I went to work. I met my friend. I learned something new. It may feel strange at first, but this habit trains your mind to think in English. You stop translating. You start expressing. You can also record yourself on your phone. When you listen back, you'll notice small mistakes, and that's good. It means you're growing. These 3 habits, reading, listening, and speaking, work like a triangle. Reading gives you new words. Listening shows you how they sound. Speaking helps you use them. Together, they make your English stronger every day. Let me tell you a short story. A young man wanted to improve his English for work. He didn't have much time, only a few minutes each day. But he decided to follow these 3 steps. Every morning, he read one English quote. Every afternoon, he listened to a podcast while traveling. Every night, he spoke about his day. At first, nothing seemed to change. But after 3 months, he noticed something amazing. He could understand English meetings. After 6 months, he gave his first short presentation in English. His manager said, "Your English sounds better now." And after 1 year, he was promoted. He said later, "It wasn't a big change. It was small things done every day." Your English journey will be the same. You don't need to study for hours. You just need to be consistent. One small action each day is more powerful than one big effort once a month. Your future self will thank you for every small effort you make today. So, from now on, stop waiting for the perfect time. Start now. Create your 5-minute morning habit. Find one story to listen to every day. Speak one small paragraph before you sleep. Every word you read, every sound you hear, every sentence you speak, they all build your future. English success is not about speed. It's about direction. And your direction starts with daily habits. So keep going, step by step, word by word, day by day. You are building not just your English. You are building your future. But habits alone are not enough. You also need to know how to show your English when opportunity comes. Speak English with confidence. Confidence is not about speaking perfect English. It is about believing that your voice has value. Many English learners think, "I will speak confidently when my grammar is perfect." But the truth is the opposite. Your grammar improves after you start speaking. Confidence comes first, not last. Let's look at 2 students. Both are in the same class. The teacher asks a question. "What did you do this weekend?" The first student looks down. Their heart beats fast. They know the answer, but they are afraid. Their voice is quiet and shaky. They say, I stay home." The teacher smiles kindly, but the moment passes. The second student also feels nervous, but they take a deep breath, smile, and say slowly, "I stayed at home. I watched a movie." Their sentence is simple. Maybe the grammar is not perfect, but the voice is clear. The teacher smiles and says, "Good. What movie did you watch?" The class listens. The student's confidence grows. The difference between these 2 students is not knowledge. It is confidence. The second student believed it's okay to make mistakes, and that belief gave them power. Now let's learn how you can build that same confidence when you speak English. 1. Breathe before you speak. When you feel nervous, your body tightens, your voice becomes weak, and your mind freezes. The first step to confidence is simple. Breathe. Before you speak, take a deep breath in, then let it out slowly. It calms your body and clears your mind. Imagine you are standing in front of people. You breathe in deeply, smile softly, and begin to speak. That one small breath gives you control over your voice. Remember this rule. Calm breathing equals clear speaking. 2. Smile when you speak. A smile is magic. When you smile, people feel comfortable, and you feel stronger. It sends a message to your brain. I am safe. I can do this. Even if you feel nervous, smile a little. You don't have to force it. Just relax your face and speak with warmth. It changes your tone, your energy, and the way people listen to you. Try this. Say, "Good morning," with a serious face. Now say it with a small smile. Do you feel the difference? The second one sounds friendly and confident. That's the power of a smile. 3. Make eye contact. When you speak, look at the person you are talking to, not down, not away. Eye contact shows confidence, respect, and honesty. It also helps you feel more connected. You don't have to stare. Just look gently, like you are talking to a friend. If you are in a group, look at one person, then another. You will notice that people start listening more carefully. Even if your words are simple, your eye contact tells them, I believe in what I'm saying. 4. Speak slowly and clearly. Many learners think they must speak fast to sound fluent, but the truth is, fast speech often sounds nervous. Confident speakers speak slowly. They give each word time to breathe. When you slow down, people understand you better. You also have time to think, which helps you make fewer mistakes. So next time you speak, imagine your words like steps. 1, 2, 3, calm and clear. Here's a mini practice you can try right now. Take a deep breath. Smile. Now, repeat after me. I can speak. I can share my ideas. I can use English with confidence. Say it again, louder this time. I can speak. I can share my ideas. I can use English with confidence. Each time you say these lines, you train your mind to believe them. And when your mind believes, your body follows. Let's listen to a short story about how confidence can change everything. A young man once went to a job interview. His English was not perfect. He often forgot words and he worried about his accent, but he had practiced smiling, breathing, and speaking slowly. When the interviewer asked questions, he didn't try to sound smart. He just spoke clearly and honestly. When he forgot a word, he said, "Sorry, let me say it another way." When he didn't understand, he asked politely, "Can you please repeat that?" At the end of the interview, the manager said, "Your English is simple, but your confidence is strong. We can teach English skills, but confidence, that comes from inside. You're hired." That job changed his life. Not because of perfect English, but because of brave English. Confidence doesn't mean you never feel afraid. It means you speak even when you feel afraid. Each time you face your fear, it becomes smaller. Each time you speak, your voice becomes stronger. Here's the truth. People don't remember your mistakes. They remember your message. They remember how you made them feel. So next time you need to speak, in class, at work, or with a stranger, don't focus on your grammar. Focus on your heart. Focus on your message. Your English doesn't need to be perfect to inspire someone. Think of every time you speak as a small victory. You are building your voice, your courage, your future. Let's do one more mini practice together. Imagine you are meeting someone new. Smile, look at them, take a breath. Now say, "Hi, my name is your name. Nice to meet you." Simple, right? But that small act of confidence can start a friendship, a conversation, or even a new opportunity. You see, English confidence is not about big words or perfect pronunciation. It's about energy, calm, kind, and real. When you speak from your heart, people listen. So remember these 4 steps. Breathe deeply. Smile warmly. Make eye contact. Speak slowly. Do this every time, and your English will not only sound better, it will feel better. Confidence grows from practice, not from waiting. Each sentence you speak is a seed. Plant it with courage. Water it with daily effort. Watch it grow into success. You already have the voice. You just need to use it. Confidence grows when you connect. Let's learn how to connect with people using English. Build connections with English. English is not just a language for study. It is a bridge that connects you with people around the world. Every time you speak English, you open a small door to another person's world. Through that door, you can find friendship, learning, and opportunity. Let's begin with 2 different people. The first person studies English alone. They watch videos, read books, and practice grammar quietly. But they never talk to anyone. They feel shy. They think, "My English is not good enough. People will laugh at me." So, they stay silent. Their English improves slowly, but their confidence does not grow. They live in isolation. They learn, but they do not connect. Now, meet the second person. Their English is also not perfect, but they are brave. One day, they join an online group for English learners. They write a simple message. "Hi, I'm learning English. Can we practice together?" Someone replies, "Yes, sure." They start chatting, practicing, sharing stories. Over time, they make friends from different countries. People from India, Brazil, Japan, and Egypt. They laugh together, learn new words, and exchange culture. Their English becomes more natural, and their world becomes bigger. The difference between isolation and connection is one small word. Hello. You don't need perfect English to connect with people. You just need a friendly heart and a little courage. The world is full of people who also want to practice English. Many of them feel the same fear you do. When you take the first step, you make it easier for others to do the same. English gives you a voice that can travel across borders. You can talk to people online, in person, or even through messages. You can share your culture, your thoughts, and your dreams. And when you connect, you don't just improve your English, you also grow as a person. Let's learn how to start conversations in English, even when you feel shy. You can begin with simple phrases like, "Hi, my name is Aung, I'm learning English. Can we practice speaking together? I liked what you said. That was interesting. What do you think about this topic?" You don't need long or difficult sentences. Kindness and curiosity are enough. When you show interest in others, people feel happy to talk to you. Here's a small secret. People love to be listened to. When you ask questions and truly listen, you create connection. Practice active listening. Look at the person, nod, and show you care. You can say small responses like, "Wow, really?" or "That's great." These simple words make others feel heard. Let's imagine a small scene. A young woman named Anna is in an online English group. The teacher asks, "Who wants to share about their weekend?" Everyone is quiet. Anna feels nervous. But she remembers the power of connection. She takes a deep breath and says, "I went to the park with my family." The teacher smiles. Another student says, "Oh, I love parks too." Soon, they start talking. That small moment turns into a new friendship. A few months later, that same friend helps Anna apply for an internship abroad. That one small talk became a big step in her life. That is the magic of connection. One small word, one kind conversation can change your path. Here are 3 simple tips to build strong English connections. Be open and curious. Ask people about their life, hobbies, or culture. For example, what kind of music do you like? What's your favorite food in your country? People love sharing their experiences. You learn new words and ideas naturally through these conversations. Don't fear mistakes. Focus on meaning. When you talk, don't stop yourself every time you make a mistake. Remember, people care more about your message than your grammar. They want to know you. If they don't understand, they will ask politely. Just smile and say it again in a simple way. Give, don't only take. Good communication is not only speaking, it's sharing. Give compliments, share advice, or encourage others. You can say, "Your English sounds great," or "I learned something new from you." When you give positive energy, people remember you. English connections are not just about practice. They are about people. Behind every conversation, there is a human story. Maybe you'll meet someone who becomes your mentor. Maybe you'll find a friend who motivates you to keep learning. Or maybe you'll help someone else find their confidence. Let me tell you another short story. A young man joined an online English chat room. He didn't know anyone. At first, he only listened. Then one day, he said, "Hi, I'm new here." A woman from another country replied, "Hi, welcome." They started talking every week. She helped him correct his sentences. He helped her learn about his culture. Months later, they met in person at a student conference. That friendship gave both of them courage and new dreams. That's what happens when you use English to connect. Your world expands. You learn faster, you gain confidence, and you begin to see yourself differently. So, don't study English in silence. Use it to build bridges. Each time you say hello, you open a door to a new world. If you ever feel nervous, remember this. Everyone starts somewhere. Your accent is not a weakness. It is your story, your identity. Speak proudly. Your words matter. Connection makes learning fun. It turns English from a subject into a living experience. You are no longer learning alone. You are learning together. When you build real connections, new chances begin to appear, like jobs, travel, and friendship. Using English to get opportunities. English is more than a subject you study. It is a skill that can change your life. Every job, scholarship, or travel opportunity you dream of can become possible when you use English with confidence. English opens doors, not because it is magic, but because it connects you with the world. Let's start with a simple truth. 2 people can have the same talent, the same education, and the same dreams. But the one who speaks English confidently often gets more chances. It's not because they are smarter. It's because they can express what they know. Imagine 2 job candidates sitting in the same interview room. Both studied the same course. Both have good experience. The first candidate knows the answers but struggles to say them. They look down, searching for words, and finally whisper, I am good. Teamwork. The second candidate also feels nervous, but they smile, breathe deeply, and say slowly, "I like working with people. I enjoy learning new things." Their English is not perfect, but their confidence makes a strong impression. The manager sees them as ready, capable, and professional. A week later, the second candidate gets the job offer. The difference wasn't skill, it was communication. English helped them show their ability. That is what English can do for you. It helps the world see your value. It gives you the power to tell your story, share your skills, and show your passion. Let's talk about a few real doors English can open for you. It can help you in job interviews, when you need to introduce yourself and explain your strengths. It can help you in scholarships, when you must write essays or talk about your goals. It can help you in travel, when you meet people from new countries and want to connect. It can help you in online freelancing, when you talk to clients from different parts of the world. It can even help you in global teamwork, when you work with people from many backgrounds. Every time you speak English with confidence, you show the world that you are ready to grow. Now, let's make this practical. Here are a few simple ways to use English to win opportunities. First, learn to introduce yourself clearly. You don't need fancy words. You just need honest, simple sentences. For example, "Hello, my name is Ang. I'm from Myanmar. I'm interested in computer. I like to learn new skills and meet new people." If you want to make it more professional, you can add, "I have experience in networking. I'm a quick learner and I enjoy working with others." You can practice this introduction every day until it feels natural. You can even record yourself, listen, and make small changes. When you speak clearly and calmly, you already sound confident. Second, learn how to write simple professional emails in English. Many opportunities start with one message. You don't have to write like a native speaker. Just be polite and clear. Here's a small example. "Dear Sir, my name is Aung. I am interested in the computer science. I would love to share more about my experience. Please find my details below. Thank you for your time and consideration. Best regards, Aung." Simple, respectful, direct. You see, good English for opportunities is not about using big words. It's about expressing yourself in a way people can understand. Third, learn how to talk about your strengths. Many people are shy to talk about what they're good at. But remember, confidence is not pride. It's self-awareness. You can say things like, "I'm good at solving problems. I enjoy helping others. I like learning new technology. I'm always ready to improve." Speak from the heart. Show energy when you talk about what you love. When you sound excited about your work, people will want to work with you. Let's look at a story that shows how brave English creates real change. A young woman named Maya dreamed of working for an international NGO. She had all the right qualifications, but she was afraid to apply because her English was not strong. One day, her friend said, "You don't need perfect English. You need brave English." That sentence stayed in her mind. She decided to try. She practiced her self-introduction every day. She watched English interviews on YouTube. She wrote her resume and email carefully, using simple words. When the interview day came, she was nervous, but she smiled and spoke from her heart. The interviewer asked, "Why do you want to work with us?" She said, "Because I want to help people. I believe your organization can make lives better, and I want to be part of that." Her voice was calm, her message clear. A week later, she got the job. She said later, "It wasn't my English level that changed my life. It was my courage to use the English I already had." That's the lesson. You don't need perfect English. You need brave English. When you use English to apply for jobs, to study, or to travel, you're not just using a language. You're using your voice. You are saying to the world, "I'm ready. I'm capable. I want to grow." So start now. Prepare your small self-introduction. Write your first professional email. Speak about your strengths in front of a mirror. The more you practice, the more comfortable you will feel when real opportunities come. And remember this: opportunity does not wait for perfection. It comes to those who take action. Every word you speak, every email you send, every small step you take in English is a door you open for yourself. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Be afraid of silence. The world doesn't need perfect speakers. It needs people with ideas, people who care, people who are ready to communicate. You have that power inside you. You already know more English than you think. Now, it's time to use it, to write, to speak, to show your skills. Because every opportunity begins with one voice, yours. You don't need perfect English, you need brave English. But to keep growing, you must also learn how to think in English, not just translate. Think in English, not translate. If you want to speak English naturally, you must first learn to think in English. Many learners don't realize this, but translation slows your mind and steals your confidence. When you translate every word from your native language, your brain gets tired, your speech becomes slow, and you start to doubt yourself. But when you start thinking in English, words flow more easily. You sound calm, clear, and confident. Let's look at two kinds of learners. The first one is the translator. They hear a question like, "What did you do yesterday?" and their mind quickly goes to their own language first. They translate the question, think of the answer in their language, and then try to translate it back to English. It feels heavy, like carrying a big bag on a long road. By the time they speak, they forget what they wanted to say. The second learner is the English thinker. When they hear the same question, their brain doesn't translate. It reacts in English. They think, "I went shopping," or "I stayed home." Their answer is quick, simple, and confident. They don't worry about each word because they trust their mind. The difference is not knowledge. Both learners know the same words. The difference is training. The translator trains their brain to depend on their first language. The English thinker trains their brain to depend on English itself. Thinking in English is not difficult. It just takes daily practice. Your brain is smart. It learns faster than you think. You only need to give it the right habit. Let's try a few simple exercises together to start building this habit. First, name the things around you in English. When you wake up, look around your room. Say to yourself, bed, pillow, curtain, window, sunlight. When you eat breakfast, say bread, milk, spoon, plate. When you walk outside, say tree, car, sky, road. You don't have to say full sentences, just name what you see. This trains your brain to connect English words directly to the objects without translation. Second, describe your actions in English. This helps your brain create sentences naturally. When you are doing something, talk to yourself quietly in English. I am brushing my teeth. I am cooking dinner. I am walking to work. These short sentences build fluency because you connect English to your real life. Third, have short inner conversations in English. Talk to yourself in your mind. For example, before you meet a friend, you can think, "What will I say?" I will ask, "How are you?" I will say, "Let's have lunch together." You can even imagine small stories in English. The more you think this way, the less your mind will want to translate. Another good exercise is to watch short videos or stories in English and then explain them to yourself in simple English. You can say, "This story was about a boy who wanted to be strong," or "The woman learned how to be brave." You are not translating. You are retelling in your own words. That is real thinking in English. At first, this will feel strange. You will make mistakes. You might forget words. That's okay. Don't stop. Remember, you are training your brain in a new way. Just like exercising your body, it feels hard at the beginning, but it becomes easier with time. Let's take a small story. A learner named Arif wanted to improve his fluency, but every time he spoke, he paused to translate. He felt slow and frustrated. One day, his teacher told him, "From now on, think in English, even if you know only simple words." So, Arif started small. He used easy phrases every day. "I am walking," "I am hungry," "I like this song." After a few weeks, something amazing happened. He stopped translating. His speech became smoother. His confidence grew. He said later, "When I stopped worrying about perfect English, my mind started helping me." That's the secret. When you trust your mind, it learns faster than you expect. Here's another tip. Surround yourself with English as much as possible. Change your phone settings to English. Watch movies with English subtitles. Read short quotes or sentences daily. The more your brain sees English, the more natural it becomes. You start to feel the language, not just memorize it. Many learners fear that they will forget their native language if they think in English. But that never happens. You're simply training your mind to switch faster between languages. You're giving English its own space in your brain. And here's something powerful to remember. Even native speakers make mistakes, forget words, or pause to think. So don't be afraid of small errors. Thinking in English doesn't mean thinking perfectly. It means thinking freely. Repeat these affirmations to yourself whenever you feel unsure. I can think in English. My mind learns fast. I don't need to translate. I understand. Tell them every day. They will help your brain believe that English is a natural part of you. Every time you practice these small exercises, naming things, describing your actions, or talking to yourself, you're teaching your brain a new rhythm. Soon, you'll notice that words come faster, sentences sound smoother, and English starts to feel easier. When that happens, you'll no longer stop to think about grammar or translation. You'll simply speak. And that is real fluency, not perfection, but flow. So, start today. Think in English when you wake up. Think in English when you walk, eat, or rest. Let English become your everyday companion, your second voice. Your mind will learn faster than you think. You just have to give it a chance. Now that you can think and speak freely, let's learn how to use English to express your dreams. Express your dreams in English. Your dreams are the most powerful part of who you are. They show where you want to go and who you want to become. But dreams only start to grow when you speak about them. When you express your dreams in English, something beautiful happens. You don't just practice a language, you give your dreams a louder voice. Let's think about two kinds of dreamers. The first one is a silent dreamer. They have big dreams inside. To study abroad, to start a business, to help their family, or to travel the world. But they never talk about those dreams. They say to themselves, "My English is not good. I can't tell my story." So, they stay quiet. Their dream lives only inside their heart, waiting to be spoken. The second one is an English dreamer. Their English is not perfect either, but they start to talk about their future in English. They write their goals in a notebook. I want to become a teacher. I want to study in another country. I want to help people through my work. They speak their dreams aloud. They tell friends. They practice interviews in English. Every time they speak, their dream becomes more real. The difference between these two dreamers is not talent, it's action. The silent dreamer hides their dream. The English dreamer uses their dream. There's a story about a young man named Daniel. He came from a small town and worked in a local shop. He always wanted to study in another country, but his English was weak. He thought, "I can't get a scholarship. My English is too poor." One day, his English teacher gave him a challenge. Write your dream in English. Don't worry about mistakes, just write. So Daniel wrote, "I want to study business in another country. I want to learn from smart people and help my community." He wrote it every morning for 30 days. Each time he wrote, his dream felt closer. Then something changed. He started looking online for scholarships. He read success stories in English. He began to practice short self-introductions. He even joined a small online study group where he spoke about his goals. Months later, he found a scholarship opportunity. He applied, using simple English, but with confidence and passion. And yes, he got accepted. Daniel said later, "When I started writing my dreams in English, I started believing in them." That's the magic of expressing your dreams. When you speak your goals in English, you practice two things at once, your language and your belief. The more you say your dreams, the more your mind starts to work toward them. Here's a simple way you can start today. Every morning, write 1 or 2 sentences in English about your goals. You don't need to write a long essay, just a few honest lines. For example, I want to speak English confidently. I want to work in a global company. I want to make my parents proud. I want to travel to new countries and meet people. Then, read those lines aloud. Feel the words. When you speak them, imagine your future. This small habit will remind you of your direction and train your brain to think in English about success. You can also make a dream board, a simple paper where you write your goals in English and stick pictures that represent them. Maybe a photo of a plane, a classroom, or a city you want to visit. Every time you look at it, read the words in English and say, "This is possible." The truth is, English is not just a tool for communication. It's a language of possibility. When you use English to express your vision, you connect with a larger world. You begin to find people who share your dreams, mentors, teachers, and friends who can help you grow. Think about how powerful it is to say, "I want to make a difference," and have someone from another country understand you. Your words can travel far, touching hearts you've never met. Don't worry about mistakes. The world doesn't need your perfect grammar. It needs your passion. Speak from your heart. When you talk about your dreams, use simple, clear words. The feeling is more important than the form. Maybe you dream to open a small business. Start saying it in English. I will start my own shop. Maybe you want to study medicine. Say, I will become a doctor. Maybe you dream of inspiring others. Say, I will help people believe in themselves. Every word you say is like planting a seed in your future. At first, it may feel strange to say your dreams aloud, but soon it becomes natural. And as your English improves, your dream becomes stronger too. English gives your dreams global wings. It allows you to share your vision with people who can support and guide you. So, from now on, be the English dreamer. Don't hide your hopes. Speak them, write them, live them. Let your words build the bridge between where you are and where you want to go. And remember this, when you talk about your dreams, you are not just practicing English. You are practicing faith in yourself. Your dream may take time, but each English word you use takes you one step closer. Your notebook, your voice, your small sentences, they are all part of your journey. So, pick up your pen, write your dreams, read them out loud, believe them. The more you use English for your future, the more that future will start to come true. When you use English for your dreams, you become unstoppable. Conclusion. You have come a long way in this journey. We started with mindset, learning to believe that you can grow. Then we built small daily habits that make English a part of your life. We learned to speak with confidence, to build real connections, to use English to find opportunities, and to think and dream in English. Every step you've taken has brought you closer to your goals. You now understand that English is not only a language, it is a life skill. It can change your future if you use it with purpose and courage. Think back for a moment. Remember where we began, feeling afraid to speak, doubting ourselves, waiting for the perfect time. You now know that perfection is not the goal. Progress is, confidence is. You've seen how every small action, every word spoken, every habit practiced brings growth. When you change your mindset, you open your mind to learning. When you build habits, you make progress every day. When you speak with confidence, people listen. And when you use English bravely, doors open to jobs, friendships, travel, and success. Let's remember the message from this journey. Mindset creates action. Action builds habits. Habits bring confidence. Confidence brings opportunity. And opportunity brings change. Your English journey is not just about grammar or vocabulary. It's about becoming someone new, someone who believes in their voice. Every time you choose to speak instead of staying silent, you win. Every time you read, listen, or write, you grow. Every time you use English, you move closer to your dream. You don't need to rush. You don't need to be perfect. Just keep moving forward, step by step. Your effort matters. Your voice matters. You matter. Remember the stories we shared, of students who found courage, of dreamers who spoke their goals aloud, of learners who turned small practice into big success. They are proof that your dreams are possible too. Maybe today you can only speak short sentences. That's okay. Keep going. Tomorrow you will speak longer ones. Maybe you make mistakes. That's okay. Every mistake is a sign that you're learning. Every effort is a seed that will one day grow into success. And remember, you are not alone. Here at Read and Learn English, you are part of a family of learners from all over the world. We are people who believe in growth, who support one another, and who know that learning English is also learning courage. So keep practicing with us. Watch our videos every day. Listen to the stories, repeat the phrases, and follow the lessons. Every minute you spend here is an investment in your future. If you ever feel tired, remember why you started. Maybe it was to get a better job, to study abroad, or to feel confident when you speak. Whatever your reason, hold it close to your heart. Let it guide you forward. When you speak English, you are not just using words. You are sharing your ideas, your dreams, and your heart with the world. You are showing the world who you are, strong, brave, and ready. So today, I want you to take one promise. Use your English. Don't hide it. Don't wait. Speak, read, listen, and write every day. The more you use it, the stronger it will become, and the more your life will open up. Every time you speak English, you move closer to your dream. Every time you practice, you are shaping your future. English is not just words. It's the voice of your future. Start using it today and win your opportunities.